Anyone who's serious about the zodiac signs can mention at least a couple of traits for each sign, but not everyone understands where those traits come from or in which way those traits can be used. In this video, we'll cover some of the most unexpected explanations behind each sign's characteristics, as well as some of their most unexpected advantages. Pisces. Though they're not known for their ambition, Pisces are huge visionaries that are willing to put in a lot of time and effort to achieve their dreams. People are aware that Pisces are big dreamers, but they don't often realize that they're just as good at achieving their dreams as they are at coming up with them in the first place. Aquarius. Though they're known for being independent and doing their own thing, the truth is that Aquarians sometimes don't have any other choice. Their eccentric tastes and preferences often mean that they have to do those things on their own, since they can't find someone to share their hobbies with. Truthfully, they wouldn't mind doing those things with someone else. Capricorn. Capricorns can be incredibly ambitious, but you'll only see that side of them if you give them the freedom to grow as large as they want. When they feel stifled or constrained by the authority, they'll only try to do the bare minimum and use their energy elsewhere on something they genuinely like. Give Capricorn the freedom they desire, and there'll be nothing that will stand between them and success. Cancer. Everyone knows that Cancers are very aware of their emotions and aren't afraid of expressing them. What most people aren't aware of, though, is that those emotions can take Cancer very far. Cancers are capable of deeply immersing themselves in their emotions and use them in very creative and productive ways. Scorpio. Scorpios are very ambitious and persistent, to the point that they're willing to sacrifice a lot to get what they want. The thing is, Scorpios are well aware of this trait and can freely recognize that they need to slow down and appreciate life just as it is. Not all of them succeed at it, since many are too blinded by their ambition, but they're all aware that it's something they should work at with as much impetus as they dedicate to their goals. Leo. Everybody believes that Leo only likes pursuing things for the glory and recognition. And while that's a big part of it, people often don't realize that Leo will work just as hard once they've achieved their goals. Leos fight fearlessly to achieve their goals, but will give their life to protect said goals once they've achieved them. Gemini. As much as they overthink and doubt themselves at times, Geminis value their mind above all else and genuinely enjoy having an active mind that can cook up all kinds of scenarios. Sure, they might complain about their inability to stop thinking at times, but there's a good chance they wouldn't change that if they could. Sagittarius. People wrongly assume that Sagittarians treasure their freedom because they don't want to form connections, but that couldn't be farther from the truth. Sagittarians love sharing their adventures with those closest to them, and they wouldn't enjoy their travels nearly as much if they couldn't share stories and photos with their families and friends. Taurus. Everyone's aware that Taurus is stubborn, but what people may not realize is the why. Bulls aren't stubborn just for the sake of it. They're stubborn because they've worked very hard to have what they have, and they're not about to risk losing it. Libra. Libras love to keep the balance and live a peaceful life, but the fact of the matter is, keeping that peaceful life is a much bigger balancing act than most people realize. Because Libras are generally capable of getting along with anyone, they're often juggling friendships that can clash with each other, which means Libras often find themselves jumping through hoops just to keep all their friends happy. Virgo. Virgos are overanalyzers that desire to achieve perfection and see perfection in everyone else's actions. However, they're easily overwhelmed by their overanalytic nature and can lash out when things get to be too much. Learning how to switch off could really help them, but they'll never acknowledge that out loud. Aries. Arians being brash and hot-headed is no surprise to anyone. They're a ram for a reason. What people don't realize is that this bold nature is just as important to them as breathing. They simply need to be who they are, and they're completely incapable of pretending to be anything else. Trying to do so is like trying to plug a volcano. You're only delaying the eruption.